Robert Morris University. Yeah. The gallery there.
That one's cool. I like that. Where do I get one of those? I want a print.
Yeah, I can give you one. Yes. Yeah.
I like that one.
And actually, this is like a interesting part about Tibetan Buddhism is
It's calming.
for us why it has developed so philosophical level, because we do not this is about confronting the monk and the Buddha. So he's really asking the Buddha, like on a similar level, same level, like why he had to choose. And it's about analyzing Buddhism. It's not like Buddhism is like, Buddha is not the highest point for us. His teaching is, you see. So even though his teaching, we will analyze it, if that is good for me and if that is good for my brother, you see, like that way. So if it fits, otherwise, it's very based on freedom and
I love how they did a close-up on the next page.
So this is like So that's
the
why,
close-up of right there, right?
in that sense, Buddhism grew very far, and then that's why the Western people they have accepted it, because Buddhism talks about inner mind. So that is what Buddhism has always focused on: oneself being the responsible for everything, whatever you do. So in that sense, you have full potential to be good or bad. So that's what it is about this painting.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That one's cool. Yeah.
This is like the monks are flying in the universe. So this is like actually we talk about in a Western concept, you talk about 8 billion, right? 8 or 9 billion human beings in this world.
Right.
For us, it's like the double. That's like 18 billion, because we also count the one who died. You see, and they're still living there. Like you have the graveyards where you would always go there. So if you think about that, every human being would go to see their grandmother or something. In that sense, we have the double, or in bigger sense, we could calculate like trillions of them.
So are these in the ground or are they in the heavens?
These are in the heaven and in the spirit world.
All right.
So that's what it talks about. And when I paint them with angels, monks, anything. So that's because that shows that in every human level.
I don't see myself in there.
He said he's in heaven.
You're still alive.
That looks like a tapestry.
That's cool.
So I'm very much like painting the time travelers, like some kind of heavenly, Also because my grandfather is like shaman, like Tibetan shaman. He would travel, So it's very weird to say, but I can explain you. I don't know if you believe in it. Yeah, he's like every Wednesday.
Conjures up spirits and.
Yeah, every Wednesday, it's like for Tibetan, it's like gods come to the earth.
Okay.
That's a day actually. And then my grandfather would go in that evening, like in meditation.
They go in a trance. Meditation.
Yeah, and then And my grandmother can only be in that room, so he would just travel, So and then he works in the Bardo world, that is like spirit world. And then he would just go there, come back.
That's how he talks to the spirits and gets information and comes back and.
Exactly. Yeah, like that. You know. That's something like that. Yeah. So like for example, it's very much like we don't have the ability, but we always like wish that I could go and talk one time to my father or my mother who passed away. Something like that. We always wish, you see. But if you meditate and think, mindfulness, all this Buddhist concept, you are able to do
You
those.
can actually go there. And
Yeah,
do that.
and then some people has these abilities, like in Tibet, Like you would go to the moon, for example. We think like, wow, is that possible? But if we tell that we go to another dimension, you would think like, is that real?
Yeah, is that possible?
Is that real?
Yeah.
So similar, because you have developed materially, very high level, that you could go in the moon and all, but because you're focused on the physical level, you see. And then we Buddhists, we have focused on the development of inner science. So inner mind, how our mind could travel, and that's practical also. You can see it logically, like when we sleep in the evening, night, we know that in the morning, oh shit, I had this dream. Is that real?
Dream, it
So you can really analyze those, In that sense, we develop those systems that we travel to different levels. But I will talk with you. I don't know whom I'm talking to. There's another level.
That's beautiful.
So this is
Very nice.
and then actually this painting is going to Missouri University. They have an art and design gallery. There we'll go there.
It's very nice.
I will have a 5-piece going there in the show in September.
I just love all the color.
So this,
I don't like color.
So this painting, maybe it's very interesting. I just want to explain a little bit. This is like a meditator in a cave in Tibet, for example. And we always cave. You can always visualize that it's really high up in the mountain.
Jesus.
Kyle.
So
That's what we always say when one goes off.
Everyone that knows. Yeah.
so this is like a cave. Then you can visualize that it's very high up in the mountain and looking down to the valley. So this actually it happens really like that way, because when you go up in the mountain you see down, and then when you look at the village or a town, city, then sometimes you might have feelings like what I'm doing there, like those going back and forward all life,
Time lapse.
and you born there and die there, but busy, very busy, back and forward. So that way, Buddhist meditator has developed, like they will logically it works. You go up in the mountain and sit in the cave. From there, you can really look in a different perspective. Why purpose of life is not really busy there, but then you try to free from that kind of attachment that we are in. That's this painting shows. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So Lady Gaga actually met Dalai Lama last week.
Yes, that's
Because
what.
she was like she was very
interviewed
much
him.
in favor of
The one you have of this?
I make this is my second book I'm making about Tibetan contemporary art. My first book is just published in all the Tibetan schools.
Wow.
So it spread to Tibetan schools, and it became actually the solo book, first solo book, and then to all the Tibetan monasteries. So I'm bringing.
Facebook. I've got your Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would also use, you say, this is detail from a painting. So I try to, like, this is like very much like a business guy. Westerners. This guy.
Nuclear.
Yeah. So this is like a mandala. And then the monks are coming out,
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tashi.
A lot to it.
Yeah.